the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight as we are at the iRacing Superspeedway as OP Racing Grand National Series brings you the Smooth and Creamy Guinness 210 presented by Gabe Butler. And on track, we have qualifying underway. Cars are making their way around the speedway, trying to lay down their best possible time. I should probably introduce myself. My name is KR something or another. It's not important who I am, but I still feel the need to introduce myself from time to time. So, with qualifying underway, I'm going to see who can set a quick time here tonight. Nate Warren in the 9, one of the first cars out on track. Peter deBorja in the 40, Mixmaster PJ over on twitch.tv. He didn't like his outlap, so he's going to try it again. Zach Workman in the 19. The 19 down along that yellow line, trying to shorten this track up about as much as possible. The 88 of Gabe Butler. He makes his way around this super speedway. Josh Milam timing in with a 58.91 right now. That is the fastest time. He has pole position. The 88 of Gabe Butler crossing the line. Where is he going to slot in at a 58.84? Obliterating Josh Milam's time. Does someone else have something in store? Zach Workman goes even faster. The 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. shutting it down. Meanwhile, the 17 of Andy Brigante getting up to speed. Zach Fritsch at a 58.81 or 80, now on pole position. The 40 of Peter deBorja back out on the speedway, apparently happier with his outlap that time. Rick Seabrand slots into 14th place. Dude Conrad up inside the top 5, settling into 4th. So with all of that being said, we are going to step away for the national anthem. I won't go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to line up on the grid. That means one thing. It is time to go through our grid for tonight. Let's get right into it. On the front row, with a time of 58.806, the 12 of Zach Fritsch, your pole sitter, with that quick time. Zach Workman to the outside, so the Zachs lock out the front row. The 19 will be on the outside of row number 1. Eric Laurie in the 071 and Gabe Butler in the 88 for row number 2. Row 3 will be the 13 of Andy Brigante and the 40 of Peter deBorja. Row number 4, the 38 of Dude Conrad and the 7 of Josh Milam. Row 5 will be the 21 of Daniel Holloway and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Row number 6, Jim Mayer in the 95, and to his outside, well, that is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. As the field starts to roll out, oh boy, race 13 of 22 starting to get very real. The 44 of Anthony English on the inside of row number 7, and the 77 of David Booth to the outside. Row 8, the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 47 of Richard Kuhn. Row 9, the 27 of Sean Stevens and the 4 of Rick Seabrand. Row number 10 will be the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. and the 18 of Harold Rothery. Row number 11, Nate Warren in the 9 and Brian Wang in the 05. Row number 12, the 51 of Travis Elliott and the 62 of Les Levy. Row 13, going to be Mark Mann in the 04. Miss Mara, I see you, and I know you know where your man is now. Michael Pratt in the 8 to the outside. Andrew Schroeder and Richard Sanchez make up row 14. Row 15, Dan Harrington and Lynn McNeese. Joseph Fogg in his first start with OP Racing on Wednesday. And David Overstreet to the outside. That is our 32 cars starting lineup. It does look like Gabe Butler, Richard Sanchez, Eric Laurie, Dude Conrad, and David Overstreet all have missed the call to the grid. Actually, Gabe Butler made it out but pulled back in, so not sure what is going on with those cars. We'll see if they can get back out there, but pace car peeling off. We get ready to go green flag racing. The 12 of Zach Fritsch on the throttle, and away we go. The 17 way back behind him. The 19 and the 40 are going to easily work their way around the 12. The rough start for the 12 of Zach Fritsch, as the 17/13 of Andy Brigante was not on his bumper. But now Zach Fritsch clears that outside lane, makes the jump to the outside, and he's got a full head of steam, and he might take that race lead back. How about this for an opening lap on the 12? things look dire and bleak, and now all of a sudden he's turned that into the top spot. Gabe Butler, Richard Sanchez, Eric Laurie, and Dude Conrad have joined the race. David Overstreet has not gotten out there just yet. And so Zach Rich in the 12 gonna lead the first lap of the race. Well, I'll tell you, I really thought that Zach Rich was in a world of hurt, but he found a way to come out on top of that one. Side-by-side racing, we got one car up high. That is the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. He's gonna slide in, and someone else jumps out. That was a rough transition for the 15 as Nate Warren jumps up to the outside. Nobody going with Nate Warren just yet. So Jeff Crosby Jr., our race leader. Vicente Guerrero on his back bumper. Zach Fritsch pushing on the 14. And the 77 of David Booth leading the charge in the outside lane. Richard Kuhn in the 47 had a big wiggle there, but looks like he's gathered it back in. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our race info here tonight for the Smooth and Creamy 210 presented by Babe Gutler. 4 races left if you count this one to make the top 16. Right now, 10 winners are eligible should they meet the minimum race requirement. And we have 4 drivers who, if they started here tonight, will make that minimum race requirement. Plus, they have a win in hand. A lot of things going good for those guys. That would be Jeff Crosby Jr., he's locked in. Peter deBorja's locked in. Zach Workman are locked in. But then we have Daniel Holloway, Vicente Guerrero, Zach Fritsch, and Mark Mann. With the starts that they have had here tonight, they will be locked in. We have 1 stage at halfway, and 2 fast repairs are available to the drivers here tonight. Well, Holloway, Guerrero, Fritsch, and Mann are all here tonight. With that dropping of the green flag, they are locked in. That leaves TJ Elliott. Cody Nagels will be locked in next week if he starts. Les Levy has a few races to go. Those are all drivers that have wins, but need to meet the minimum race requirement and have plenty of time to get it done. Been talking about the points, but why don't I just go ahead and show you our points so you know what I'm talking about here. This was before the green flag came out here tonight. But Jeff Crosby Jr., 2 wins, met the minimum race requirement, so he is locked in. Peter deBorja, his 1 win, his minimum race requirement is met, so he is locked in. Speaking of Peter, he will be in the booth with me to wrap up this regular season, and I want to thank him now for doing that. He is already locked in, so he is going to go ahead and sacrifice some track time to join me in the booth, and that's huge. That's huge, and I appreciate that from him very, very much. So I'm going to go ahead and get that early thank you out there. But yeah, The Holloway, Guerrero, Fritch, and Mann are all locked in. Zach Workman already locked in. Elliott, who is not planning, I think, to make a run in the championship because of the new additions to his family, but still has a shot. Cody Nagels. You here tonight? I talked about Cody. I haven't seen him. Things are getting close. Could be interesting. Les Levy's here. He's going for it. All right. A lot of intrigue. Let's see how it all shakes out. Like I said, 4 races to go if you count this one. If you weren't here tonight, then you got 3 races. Oh no, the 51's into the wall, and oh goodness, right in front of the field. Up and over goes the 4, Rick Seabrands. And he sticks the landing, but probably not too happy about sticking the landing. As we had just turned a fast lap by Peter deBorja at a 52.62. Yellow flag is out in a big way. As TJ Elliott, he is out there. Gets involved in this one. Let's go ahead and take another look. The 51 and the 8 make contact coming off the corner. I just didn't recognize the paint scheme. Never seen Mr. Elliott in a paint scheme like that. Go off the nose of the 62 of Les Levy. Les doing a good job of shutting that down. You can see all the cars tumbling in front of him. And man, that is a tough break for some of these guys. Is here very early and a huge one. A couple of them getting up and into the air as our drivers are making their way onto pit road for the first round of pit stops. 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. leads everyone onto pit road. So 2 fast repairs are available, and some of them may have to use them here. Not really wanting to. Josh Milam in the 7 wins the race off of pit road. While we have a moment, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of our points breakdowns. Drivers who have the most points in the last 3 races, meaning that these are the ones to watch for. They're the ones on a hot streak. Look at that. Zach Fritch, 136 points. Qualified on pole here tonight. Found himself caught up in this one. Has a little bit of damage to work on, but don't count out that 12 just yet. The 21 of Daniel Holloway, Jeff Crosby Jr., Vicente Guerrero, and Jeff Crosby Sr. all have been on a points tear the last few races. Our stage break, our only stage break here on Wednesday night, coming at the halfway mark. And so let's take a look at our stage winners. And our only repeat stage winner is Peter deBorja, and he has 3. Everyone else has only been out in front once at the halfway mark. And the 7 of Josh Milam being out in front. This could be a sign that he could pick up his second stage win. But still a lot of racing to go and a lot of drivers who have not won a stage behind him. As the field stacks up side by side. Dan Harrington in the 82. Forgot to talk about him. He said hello in YouTube chat before this broadcast started. And he just wanted to get his words in before he had to get behind the wall and couldn't talk to us. So, Dan, I've seen you in your Demon Tech 82. Thank you very much for saying hello. Don't forget, there are several drivers who stream. Peter deBorja being one. Dan Harrington being another. Zach Fritsch streams. There's several of them who stream. If you're here, take a moment. Go and check them out. Demon Tech 82 is Dan Harrington. Fritchie is Zach Fritsch over on Twitch. They would love for you to come by, say hello. Do it at like the most inopportune time for them. Like make the buzzers go off or whatever goes off whenever they get a new follower, subscriber. Do that right as they're trying to hit pit road. Like just make it the most obscene time you can. Give them big donation so all the buzzers go off. I would do it, but I can't because I'm trapped by the confirmation of society, meaning I have to do my broadcast. As the green flag comes out, we're back underway. Lap 12 of 70. Here we go. The 7 in the 33 is going to lead the field into turn number 1. Field not formed up very nice as they make their way into the corner. That's not bothering the 7 of Josh Milam. The only driver who is out of the race right now, that is the 46 of David Overstreet. And I am not sure what has happened to the 46. Don't have an official word on that, but I don't think he is quite done. His chances of winning the race, of course, are pretty much shot when you end up 12, 13 laps down. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to try and get out there and turn some laps. Like I said, not sure what's going on with him. We'll see if he gets back out there, though. Way up high. That is a 5-1-0 of Sanchez. Sanchez all by himself in that third lane. Looks like not really going to worry too much about slotting in as the 14 and the 33 now jump up to that third lane. How about this? Travis Elliott, who probably has taped his eyes open because he has got twins at home, brand new twins, mind you. Here he is battling for a race at the front as he now dives down to the inside to take the race lead. And he was involved in our caution just a few laps ago, that 51, wasting no time, gaining lost ground. And despite the fact that he hasn't been behind the wheel for at least a week or two, as he dealt with things at home, here he is, that 51, looking very stout. Vicente Guerrero working that middle lane. Guerrero in the middle, the 33 of Crosby Jr. On the outside, they are losing some ground to the inside lane as Zach Workman has them following him and doing a great job of it as well. Not sure what I was trying to say there. That was rough. Walk that back a little bit. Start over. Oofda. All right, let's try this again. Zach Workman in the 19, down on the bottom, the 51 of Travis Elliott, just his outside. Elliott surging ahead just a little bit. Vicente Guerrero going to try and muscle out the 33. The 51 stays to the high side and keeps with the 33. Vicente Guerrero with all that momentum, but nobody behind him just yet. Still hanging tough. Now the 33 is going to slide below the 51, and Travis Elliott gets left out to dry. Here comes Nate Warren onto pit road. Nate Warren going to pit by himself. He is the first one onto pit road now that the fuel window is open to make it to the end of the stage. I do believe that is going to make it to the end of the stage. It's still a bit on the outside. He might be able to make it. I don't know. I think that's a little bit early the more I look at it, but I don't have a fuel number, so not 100% sure. But Nate Warren on the pit road as the battle for the race lead is the 19 and the 14. Did you know Instacart could bring you some Budweiser? I bet the 19 wants to order some of that front running that the Budweiser has. I got an ad for Instacart. Was Peter deBorja in trouble? Oh, Peter deBorja misses the inside wall for the racetrack and somehow is on the pit road. Not sure if that's going to be a clean entry or if there's going to be a penalty attached. But he is on the pit road. Wow, what an entry for the 40 of deBorja. Take a look at that once again. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Good grief. Give me just a second. Try this. And the 40 was coming to pit road. Wow. Wow. How about that? Yellow flag has come out. And that very impressive entry onto pit road for Peter deBorja. Not sure if that's going to work into his favor with this caution. But I will say he did not have a penalty, and he got quite a few spots there. The yellow flag coming out, not really sure what happened as we were looking at Peter deBorja's incident when this caution flag came out. So let's see, the 18 is already turned sideways here. on board with the 18 of Harold Rothery. And man, was there some chaos there. Oh, hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. Give me just a second. Everyone is moving around on my timing screen. Joseph Fogg in the 902. Tried to get through this one. And almost made it. Not quite, but almost. The 7 and the 77 look like they're the ones that trigger this. Oof. iRacing Superspeedway. Tough nut to crack. Tough nut to crack. So about 15 laps left in this opening stage. Brian Wang last on pit road on lap 17, along with Richard Kuhn and Peter deBorja. So that is going to work well for these guys. Absolutely outstanding recovery by the 40 of Peter deBorja. I'm pretty sure he thought he was dead. Everyone around him thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. And he proved us all wrong. Right now, that is the save of the race, the 40 of Peter deBorja. I don't see how... If someone does a better job than that tonight, then we are in for a special show. Field is stacking up side by side. We get ready to let them loose. This Smooth and Creamy 210 being presented by Gabe Butler here tonight. All right, so Brian Wang in the 05 on the apron. Wang fresh off his win on Monday night from the Premier Series. Trying to make it a 2 in a row type of deal for him. As the green flag comes back out. Richard Kuhn in the 47 on the outside. He's got some big help from the 27 of Sean Stevens. Eric Laurie in the 071 trying to make something happen with a third lane. Tries to slot in. The 33 was there. They hold on to it. That was a big moment for the 33 and the 071. So Eric Laurie in behind the 53 of Dave Hunt. Sean Stevens on his outside. Eric Laurie drops down to the inside, and Gabe Butler in the 88 leading this race now. Richard Kuhn, one of our biggest movers of the race, finding himself leading the charge in the second lane. Our biggest mover right now, that is the 510 of Richard Sanchez. He's up 20 positions from where he qualified. And so Sanchez sitting in 10th has a little bit of work to do to get to that top spot. Right now, though, Vicente Guerrero has the fastest lap of the race at a 52.436. So Vicente Guerrero laying down a very fast lap as we are getting wild before the end of this stage. 4 wide. Oh, and around they go, and Zach Fritsch goes up into the air. Hard landing for the 12. The 14 looks like he went up and over. The 77 violently spinning down the track. And the yellow flag is out once again. And Zach Fritsch goes straight to pit road. Yellow flag is out. And that was a big one for sure. Gabe Butler, first one sideways to 12. Riding along the wall, thank goodness that the fence is more along the lines of a wall than a fence, because that 12 would have probably been sheared in two. But it looks like this incident starts with the 88 and the 5. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. And yeah, it looked like maybe just a little bit of checkup as the 88 reacted to the car in front of him, and the 5 of Brian Wang had no shot in the 40 of Peter deBorja. What a ride he just took. Let's see if we can catch that with what happened to the 40. As he was on top of 2 cars. Wow. How about that ride by the 40 of Peter deBorja? All right, so several cars peel off for pit road, but your top 10 stay out. Zach Workman, Jeff Crosby Jr., Richard Kuhn, Dave Hunt, Travis Elliott, Josh Milam, Sean Stevens, Anthony English, Mark Mann, and Jim Mayer all stay out. Gabe Butler leads all the cars off of pit road who made a pit stop. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The field is stacked up. The 19 and the 33 going to lead this field to the green flag. Laps are winding down in our first stage. This one will end at the completion of lap 35, or if we get a caution, anywhere from lap 31 on. So it's Zach Workman, Jeff Crosby Jr., Richard Kuhn, Dave Hunt, Travis Elliott, and Josh Milam, your first 3 rows for the restart. Pace car off, and green flag is in the air. Here we go once again. The 19 has the advantage for the moment. Looks like he's going to slide up. Richard Kuhn in the 47. Tried to follow him, but there was a car to his outside. The 33 and the 53 get shuffled up into the 3rd lane. And as everyone tries to slot in somewhere and settle things back down, we'll see how this plays out. The 47 of Richard Kuhn has the clear advantage, but the 51 of Travis Elliott right there on his back bumper. Elliott in the 51 now making a move with some momentum from the outside lane. Jeff Crosby Jr. drops down on the inside. He's going to try and cash in some energy as well. The junior in the 33 down on the bottom. Use some of his momentum to challenge for the race lead as the 51 and the 33 compete for this lap lead. Elliott falling back just a little bit as Crosby in the 33 has the momentum on his side. Peter deBorja, who was a skateboard for a while, rode out on top of 2 cars and a wall. Spreading himself a little bit thin in that one, but able to hold on to it. Or hold on to keeping his race dreams alive. What I really mean to say. New fast lap, 52.24 by the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Trying to get a 3rd lane working here. Elliott, deBorja, Nate Warren trying to close in on him. We are in the final few laps of our one stage break coming up. Vicente Guerrero in the 14, jumping up way up there along the wall, trying to make a fourth lane, I think. So the 33, the 19, now the 51 of Travis Elliott gets left high and dry, and he is falling back. Dude Conrad, Zach Fritsch, the two cars not on the lead lap. Jeff Crosby Sr. about to join them and be the first car one lap down. He stays down below the racing line. Dude Conrad makes easy work of that pass as Conrad is in the mix here. So Conrad trying to be the first car one lap down. Just got to hold on to it for about 2 more laps. Check in on Zach Fritsch in the 12. He's kind of back there, but not in a group that he'd like to be with. They find themselves just a little bit behind our lead pack. But 2 laps to go in this stage. And the 40 of Peter deBorja in the 3rd lane now drops all the way down to the yellow line. He is your race leader and trying to win the stage, but he's going to have to make that car very, very wide. As everyone is now, like, they got all spread out for something. Oh, and the hit check looked like contact with the 33. And the 44 of Anthony English, and the yellow flag is going to come out, and I believe the 40 of Peter deBorja was out in front at the time the yellow flag flew. But it looked like the 33 and the 44 doing a bit of bump draft, and it just picked up the back bumper of Anthony English. And it is already on right there. So let's see if we can't back it up maybe just a little bit more. We'll go just a bit more. Yeah, just not a square tap by the 33 to the 44, and that's what triggers this caution. Travis Elliott, who's just trying to get out of changing some diapers, finds himself right in the middle of all this again. Alyssa chiming in, cheering for the 33. How you doing, Miss Alyssa? Thank you very much for saying hello. And so here they come on to pit road. And the 40 of Peter deBorja will be your stage winner. We'll let him get done with his pit stop. And we'll get him up and into the booth. All right, let's see how Peter feels about this stage win, because it wasn't without its issues, that's for sure. Peter, this car up in the booth, man. You got a copy pasta?
I got you, KR. How's it going, man?
It's going fine. Hey, how'd you win that stage? Because I can't figure out if you're in a race car, a skateboard, or an airplane.
Pure skill.
So you're in all three then?
Pure skill. No, it's all the 51 and the 9. 51 and the 9 did all the work there. I was just right place, right time, and I wasn't going to win the stage if the caution didn't come out for sure. I know the 19 and the 7 would have found their way to work together and get connected and leave me in the dust. So, you know, I really just wanted to be in front of the wreck that I knew was probably coming, and I didn't expect to be at the front of the field, but here we are, lucky again.
Well, that is your 4th stage win this season, the only driver to have multiple stage wins. You already got 1 race win, locking yourself in. So how do you feel this race is going for you?
We got caught up in a wreck early. I much would have rather not had to use my fast repair. Just kind of wrong place at the wrong time. There was some 4 wide stuff going on, but I mean, we won a stage and we got 1 fast repair still in the pocket, so it can't be going that bad. I think we all had a lot of apprehension entering the race tonight. We weren't sure with this new ARCA update what it was going to do for us on Superspeedways, and we haven't had the most joyous ISS races the past few times out here for OP. We've had a lot of cautions, so I think people were kind of on edge. We got a nice, decent green flag run at the beginning and a green flag pit stop in there too, so I think it's okay. We'll see how the end goes if it gets crazy. I don't think there's too many desperate guys dying to get a race win here. Everyone's just kind of laid back and having a good time. So hopefully the ending stays pretty calm and we kind of get a better feel for ISS and the ARCA car.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone back at the shop, the whole Bell South crew for putting this paint scheme together again. Looks absolutely fantastic out there. Turn 3 Racing Network and all the better hosts that do other races on other nights of the week. Those guys really deserve a shout out. We never really talked about them here enough. No, just kidding. And UKR, the admins, all the teammates that got running tonight, running with both the Crosbys, Nate Warren and Travis, and having a blast. So, yeah.
Alrighty, man. Well, nice job on the stage win. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Our stage winner, the 40 of Peter deBorja, and he ain't wrong. There are a couple other. I think there's about five or six broadcasters in total at the Turn 3 Racing Network, and every single one of them is absolutely better than me. So he was trying to make a joke, but he wasn't. To have a really good joke, there's got to be a little kernel of truth to it. So the 14 of Vicente Guerrero gets the launch he needs, sails out ahead, but the 7 of Josh Milam looking to maybe try and take advantage of that big open space to the outside of the 14. And now the 7 does make the move as he comes up off the corner. Will the 19 stay with him or make it 3 wide? And the 19 going to give a gentle tap to the 7. Wide racing, the 14 down on the bottom, 1 car in the middle all by itself. And now the 7 of Josh Milam, the 19 of Zach Workman. They were in the middle for a moment, leaving some hope for the 53, but that quickly fizzled out. So Josh Milam in the 7, your race leader. Zach Workman in the 19 on his back bumper. Coming around to complete another lap. 7 and the 47. leading the first and second lane, as now the 47 drops down to the inside. So Richard Kuhn has the race lead for the moment. Josh Milam making that move, coming up off the corner, taking it back away from him. Now Vicente Guerrero has some momentum on his side. These alliances form very quickly and dissipate just as fast. Everyone is using each other to try and better themselves. It seems like it's a very selfish chess match out there, because you might give a driver a big, huge shove, and that driver might start thinking, oh man, we're going to go really fast. And the reason why you gave him that shove was to clear the car to the outside or the inside so that you could drop down in front of everybody. So Vicente Guerrero is the race leader. Zach Fritsch in the 12. He is 1 lap down, but he is leading all the cars 1 lap down. As I hit the microphone twice. Sorry about that. Josh Milam in the 7, trying to work that middle lane, while the 88 of Gabe Butler and the 51 of Travis Elliott work the 3rd lane. Our Smooth and Creamy 210 presented by Gabe Butler has been an interesting race, to say the least. David Overstreet in the 46 wasn't able to make the start of the race. He is the only car that is not in this race. So 31 cars started tonight's event as Gabe Butler goes from the high side down to the inside. 31 cars started here tonight. Michael Pratt in the 8, last car on the lead lap. That Shrek Mobile out in front of him. Brian Wang in the 5. Brian Wang had led some laps here earlier tonight. Also picked up his first Monday night win in the Premier Series. So these two have lost the pack just a little bit, but panic button not being hit just yet. Still plenty of time for a caution. Still plenty of percentage points that a caution is going to come out, because this lead pack running 3 and 4 wide, they're mixing it up, and when you start doing that, things get very tight. So the 51 of Travis Elliott now is your race leader. Off the nose of the 84 of Lynn McNeese and the big ass fans. I gotta tell you, if you don't have a big ass fan in a place where you need fans, you are making a mistake. I have worked underneath some big ass fans, and they move some air. Like, I'm talking some serious air. And I gotta tell you, if I could have a big ass fan in my house that just moved the air, holy smokes. Those things are nice, they're good looking, and holy cow, that 84 car looks pretty sharp too, in my opinion. But right now, he is in 26th spot. He is the last car in this group, as we're coming down to 25 laps to go. Last time we were on pit road was lap 36. We're working lap 45. Now make it, lap 45. So we have one more pit stop. And we also have some options as to when we come down pit road. Because it could be as soon as that fuel window opens, or we can stretch it out just a little bit. So with 18 to, say, 15 laps to go, that fuel window is open, and that's when I expect to see these green flag pit stops cycle through. But once again, they will find a way to prove me wrong, as they always do. And I'm going to have a talk about that with them. They need to pay attention more to what I'm saying and do a better job at listening to what I say. Mark Mann, Jim Mayer just turned their fastest laps of the race, the 04 and the 95. Kind of mid-pack right now, but maybe showing signs that they are ready to start racing. Racing for the win. Sorry, I should have completed that thought before I took a drink. They are showing signs that they are starting to make some moves to the front. That's what I wanted to say. They have been racing for a few laps. Sorry, don't get mad at me. Listen to what I meant, not what I said. New fast lap of the race, and that is the 04 Mark Mann. So for sure, he is getting after it, and now he is the third car in the middle lane. So Mark Mann has the fastest lap of the race right now at a 52.103. He is behind the 53 of Dave Hunt. Oh, very close there. Still holding on to the wheels, still sawing on it. So Josh Milam in the 7, the 53 of Dave Hunt. Those are your two line leaders. They begged the teacher to have this roll, and so now they are out in front. Right now, Zach Fritsch is the only car that is in this lead pack that is one lap down. Jeff Crosby Sr. is also one lap down, but Sr., to give you a point of reference, as Fritchie is on the front stretch, Sr. is on the back stretch, and he is running all by himself. That is not good for the 15. It is a good sign for the 12, as long as he can find a spot to run and not get an incidental 0x and have a caution come out. Dave Hunt and Josh Milam lead this field into turns 3 and 4. Oh, Josh Milam in the 7, the 19 of Zach Workman. the 53 of Dave Hunt, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. all battling it out as we now have 20 laps to go, making their way into turn number 3. Just a handful of laps away from what could be green flag pit stops and what should be the last pit stop of the race. So Josh Milam on the yellow line has the race lead. Things are looking good for him for the moment. The 53 of Dave Hunt challenging from the outside. And here they come on the pit road, and trouble finds Travis Elliott again. Yellow flag not coming out. Travis Elliott gets it sorted, but man, this has been a rough go for the 51 here tonight. Take another look at this entry onto pit road for the 51. Collects the 88 of Gabe Butler. Next group on the pit lane. '53 leads this group of drivers on the pit road. That will give the race lead to the 47 of Richard Kuhn, Sean Stevens, and Richard Sanchez, rounding out your top 3 now. So the 47, who has had a strong car all night, gonna peel off for pit road. He brings Sean Stevens and Sanchez with him. The 84 of Lynn McNeese has not hit pit road yet. As he cycles his way around, he continues to stay out. So Lynn McNeese doesn't lead a lap there. And I don't think he's going to get to lead a lap because he has no drafting help. And the pack is coming up behind him very, very quickly. He still has to make his pit stop. And now he is scored as the race leader. I don't know. We'll see. Here they come. High side goes the 40 of Peter deBorja. He is going to make quick work of the 84. As Lynn McNeese peels off for pit road. So the 40 of Peter deBorja, the race leader for the moment. Josh Milam in the 7, working that outside lane. But here comes Rick Seabrands in the 3rd lane. 15 laps to go. We have made our final stop of the night. Everyone should have enough fuel to make it to the end of this, even with our green-white checkered attempts. Oh no, Peter deBorja, Josh Milam, Rick Seabrands all get caught up in a crash here. Caution flag is going to come out. And the 4 involved in another one along with the 40. And this one coming from the front of the pack. Take another look at this one. I think the 19 and the 40 just don't get squared up. And that is going to be what triggers this one. So caution flag out once again. "13 laps to go, and looks like the first few takers on the pit road have some damage. Zach Workman stays out. The 88 of Gabe Butler have stayed out. All right, with that said, guys, we're going to take a quick moment. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is stacked up side by side. We're going to send them off one more time. 10 laps to go when the green flag flies. Keep in mind we will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered should we need them. Zach Workman, Gabe Butler make up row number 1 for this restart. Then it's Dave Hunt and Nate Warren, Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 and the 14 of Vicente Guerrero for row number 3 on this restart. Pace car down and away. Here we go as the green flag is out. We are underway. Side by side into turn number 1. The 19 has the advantage for the moment. The 53 makes a move to the outside. That is a move that is very common here, and you have to anticipate it. Don't know if the 19 had a plan on how to block that move. However, it has happened, and now he's got to deal with it. Dave Hunt in the 53 trying to squeeze down to the bottom. Can't quite get there just yet. So now with 9 laps to go, still don't know who's going to win this race. It has been an up and down kind of race for almost everyone. I really can't tell who has burned their fast repair and who has not. There's been so many cars that have been caught up in them. There hasn't been a single small incident. There have been so many large ones here tonight. Huge ones. Josh Milam with the race lead, the 88 of Gabe Butler trying to peel off another win. Three wide down the back stretch. Nate Warren leading on that inside line. Josh Milam in the middle. And then the 510 of Richard Sanchez leading the third lane. Lots of room in that third lane. Sanchez needs to hurry up and hustle to the front of the pack before someone jumps out in front of him. But gonna be hard to do when the yellow flag is out. This one going to collect a few more drivers on board with the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. It looks like the 8 just gets into the 40 of Peter deBorja. Sending the 4 around. deBorja going around as well. Lynn McNeese getting a piece of it. The caution flag out once again, and I am going to step away one more time, final time, I promise, and I'll be right back after this.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is formed up down the back stretch. We get ready to fire them off. We will have 4 laps to go when the green flag hits. Josh Milam, Nate Warren on the front row. Gabe Butler, Dave Hunt, Vicente Guerrero, and Richard Sanchez. Making up your first 3 rows. Pace car down and away. Green flag is out, and we are back at it for what could be the final sprint to the end. Keep in mind, we'll use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered. down the backstretch. Everybody looking for that bit of real estate that they need. Fighting for every inch of space. But only one driver can stand atop the podium. Who is it going to be? Nate Warren in the 9? Can he hold on and come out on top? He is leading that inside line. Sometimes that is where you want to be. Other times, you want to be where the 7 of Josh Milam is. Sometimes, you want to be where the 27 of Sean Stevens is. He's all the way down in the 15th spot. Who knows what's going to happen? I sure don't. That's why I stay tuned in for the whole thing. Oh, and around goes Travis Elliott in the 51. And the yellow flag is going to come out, and we are going to have our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Travis Elliott caught up in another one. Take a look and see what happened. That was the wrong yellow flag. Let me key up the correct yellow flag. And the 51 gets up and into the air. Looked like a bump draft gone wrong from the 18 of Rothery. So a tough break, caution flag coming out. But the 9 of Nate Warren was out in front of the field when the yellow flag was shown. Well, he holds on to that top spot. Lights are on the pace car once again. And all right, it is crunch time. It's time to let us know who you think is going to win, who your favorite driver is to win this race. Let me know who you think is going to win, who your favorite driver is, all that information. Couple cars did come down pit road. Sean Stevens, Andrew Schroeder, Travis Elliott still sitting on pit road as they work on their race cars. Some damage done. Elliott, I don't think he could have any fast repairs left, and I feel like he has been involved in every caution flag we have had to date. But Elliott stays on the lead lap as he is trying to get back up to speed, and close in on these guys. I do want to point out that David Overstreet had got out, had turned 2 laps, and then pulled back in, so he managed to do 2 laps about 7 minutes ago. I'll give him credit for getting back out there and at least doing a start and park late into this race. But sometimes that's what happens. You got to do a start and park and things come up. All right, it is Nate Warren and Josh Milam on the front row. Gabe Butler and Dave Hunt in row number 2, and then Richard Sanchez and Zach Workman for row number 3 on this restart. Pace car down and away. Can Nate Warren pull off a win here tonight? Everyone trying to get up to the gearbox cleanly. Looks like so far so good. As we sail it off into turns 1 and 2, Nate Warren has the advantage. Gabe Butler on the back bumper of the 9. All they have to do is get to the white flag this time. And that will seal the deal on the racing. Here they come, Nate Warren, Josh Milam to the white flag. This will do it. This will be the final time around. How's this going to play out? The 53 all over the back bumper of the 7. The 88 of Gabe Butler leaving some room for the 9. He's going to try and give him a shot down the backstretch, but you got to be square when you do it. So far, everyone's staying straight and true. Down the backstretch, it looks very calm. But I tell you, everyone is looking for that advantage to try and win this race. Here they come. Through 3 and 4, the final time. Nate Warren has the advantage. Can he hold on? He's going to have to make that car very wide. Here comes the 7 of Josh Milam with a full head of steam. And the 7 of Josh Milam is going to win while the Andy Brigante machine climbs over a couple of race cars. And so Josh Milam in the 7 picks up his first win of the season. In dramatic fashion here tonight. Oh my goodness, I am trying to look at the points, trying to see what this all means as Josh Milam picks up this win. And he is going to come onto the front stretch to celebrate. Mark Mann and Zach Fritch try to stop the celebration, but Milam is ready for it. So Milam, in his 8th start this season, picks up his first win. And I don't think that's going to be enough races for him to make it into the top 16. Not 100% sure, because my math is terrible, but I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to ask him. I mean, I don't know what else to do but to ask him. So let's kick off our post-race show by talking to our race winner, and that is the 7 of Josh Milam. Josh, congratulations, man.
Thank you, Kale.
Your race celebration seems to be one of surviving Demolition Derby. What's going on out there?
Can't tell if they're happy for me or they're mad at me. I don't know, but they're having a better time than I am, I think.
Well, man, this 7 comes away with the race win, and running up front here tonight quite a bit seemed like the safest place to be tonight, because there was crashing from like second place on.
Man, I think P1 may have been the safest. I don't know, because there was a lot going on up front, and there's, I don't know, 2 or 3 crashes that happened up front tonight. So I don't know if it mattered. I think you're killing me right now. I don't know if it mattered where you were on the track. Wherever you were, you weren't really safe. You just had to wish for the best, I think.
Well, man, this 7 does come away with the first win of the season. I'm trying to do quick math, not good math, but maybe you've done good math. Are you going to be able to make it into the top 16?
Man, I'm going to be 1 race short, so I think we decided that you have to make 75% of the races. And I started Wednesdays 1 race too late, so if I finished out, I still won't make it. So, like I said, I'm just out here for fun, trying to win the races and still all the points up.
All right, man. Well, either way, you come away with the race win here tonight. A solid run at the iRacing Superspeedway for this number 7. Shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, big shout out to Dave Hunt, man. He is killing it tonight. He is a madman in the ARCA car. He knows how to push in them. These things are dangerous, and he's lifting my rear end up there, giving me everything he had to get me the win. And I was expecting him to take that 3rd lane to get himself the win, but he stuck with it there. So this one goes out to Dave Hunt. Shout out to you guys in the booth. You, unfortunately, you didn't have nobody with you tonight. Shout out to folks out there watching the broadcast and all the racers who showed up tonight.
All right, Josh. Well, nice job. Once again, congratulations, man.
Thanks, Carol.
That is our race winner, the 7 of Josh Milam, getting it done here tonight. But let's talk about our 2nd place finisher now, a driver who had a very strong showing all night long. That is the 53 of Dave Hunt. Dave, you come up 1 place short, but holy cow, that 53 was out front all night.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's all I was out here for, just to have some fun and see what these cars could do.
Well, I want to say that we kind of know what the car can do in your hands, because that 53, I mean, once you qualified mid-pack, but once you got to the front, you never let go of it.
No, yeah, once I get up there, I try to stay there if I can.
All right, man. Well, tell us a little bit about your race, because it seemed like a kind of a rough one out there for most of these drivers.
Yeah, it was a little rough there. I think I got caught up in one little thing. I had to go use my fast repair in, but tried to stay out of everything else. I don't know. I had fun in this car. That's all I came out here for tonight, was just to have some fun and see what I can do. I'm glad I got Josh there to victory lane. I was just fun. And while earlier I was pushing Mark around, that was fun too.
Well, it sounds like you just had a blast out there in these cars. What is it about this car you're enjoying?
I don't know. This is a good setup. I just like racing anything. Doesn't really matter what it is. I'll race anything.
I like that style. I'll race anything as long as you want me in that car.
That's right.
Heck yeah, man. All right, well, nice job bringing it home in second place. Shout outs, thank yous you need to give here tonight.
I appreciate the broadcast there, KR, OP, the league here, all the admins, everybody that runs this place, all the drivers out there that put on a show for all our fans out there, family and friends that are watching. And I got Alienware as my sponsor on there tonight. Thank you much.
The 53 of Dave Hunt, bringing it home on the second step of the podium here tonight. Nice job, Dave. Now let's move on to our third place finisher. That is the driver of the number 9. That is none other than Nate Warren. And Nate, man, I thought this was your night.
Man, it's close.
It was close, and tough place to be out in front with the white flag being shown to you, but you come away with a third place finish, a strong showing here as well tonight. Maybe a little disappointed you didn't win, but gotta feel good that you came away with that third place finish.
Yeah, on the last, restart, choosing which lane, and, it was a big decision, choosing who was behind you, and, you got all this going on behind you on the backstretch, and I thought I was going to have a shot at it. I knew I'd have to stay with Gabe, and when Workman went to go 3 wide, I thought I was going to have a good shot at it, but English and Vicente caught up to Josh and Dave so fast that they got charged back up again and blew down the front stretch. But yeah, it's been a rough year for points. I think that might be it's my second top 10. I'm battling to get a playoff spot, and it was a good finish. I was thinking maybe I should have cleared Josh in turn 3 there, but I figured I'd get wrecked, so I figured just settle for what we got. Good points.
Well, man, you do come away with some good points, a third place finish. Nothing to be disappointed at here in the OP Racing or iRacing Superspeedway. Shout out,
no,
thank
the
you.
ARCA car was fun.
Oh, it looks like it's fun.
It's when they're slowed down, it's a lot more technical, I'd say. A little more finesse involved. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Shout out to KR, dude. That's my guy. That's all I got.
That's all
I'm out.
Okay, I'll take it. That is Nate Warren.
Good night, buddy.
Driver of the number 9, third and final step of the podium. Oh, man, what a wild one. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of our finishers. Anthony English brings it home in 4th place. 5th, going to Gabe Butler. Zach Workman in 6th. Vicente Guerrero 7th. Richard Sanchez in 8th. Lynn McNeese in that 84 finishing in 9th place. 10th goes to Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33. Peter deBorja 11th. 12th, Rick Seabrands in the 4. Daniel Holloway in 13th. 14th, Les Levy. Rounding out your top 15, that is Andy Brigante. Jim Mayer and Joseph Fogg in 16th and 17th. Richard Kuhn in 18th. David Booth 19th. 20th goes to Brian Wang. Mark Mann 21st. 22nd, Travis Elliott in the 51. How he finished, I don't know, because I think I saw that car in more crashes than there were laps. Dan Harrington in 23rd. Sean Stevens 24th. 25th, Andrew Schroeder. Harold Rothery 26th. 27th, Eric Lurie. Zach Fritsch 28th. Michael Pratt ends up in 29th, the first car 1 lap down. Jeff Crosby Sr., Dude Conrad finish out our running order with David Overstreet in 32nd, having turned just a few laps here tonight. So that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope you all will enjoy or join me next Monday night. But if you want to catch some more OP racing action, tune in to Max Speed TV on Saturday night as Josh Medlock picks up the truck series for OP Racing. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a great night.